Welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll Flashback with your host, Bill Price.
Welcome to Rock and Roll Flashback and the Doo Wop Series. In this episode, we will flash back to the 1950s and look at two doo-wop vocal groups from that era, the Impalas and the Capris. The Impalas were a doo-wop vocal group that was formed in Brooklyn, New York in 1958. The group initially consisted of Lenny Renda, Tony Carlucci, Richard Wagner, who often practiced on street corners hoping someone would notice them. On one occasion, while practicing, they heard Joe Frazier singing, and soon Joe became a member of the group as the lead vocalist. Eventually, two songwriters, Artie Zwin and Artisans Gio Ossi, did notice them and offered the Impalas one of their compositions titled I Ran All the Way Home. The group was then signed to Cub, which was MGM Records' subsidiary label. Frazier's "Oh-Oh," 10 seconds into the song, was the result of missing a cue. However, it was left on the recording. The initial records that were released had the original title I Ran All the Way Home. Sorry was then added to the title since it was repeated 3 times at the beginning of the song. In 1959, the single reached the number 2 position on the U.S. pop chart, number 14 on the R&B chart, and number 28 on the UK singles chart. The record went on to sell over 1 million copies, earning a gold disc. In the spring and summer, the group performed on Alan Freed's concerts, American Bandstand, and The Ed Sullivan Show. A follow-up release titled Oh What a Fool only managed to stay on the charts for just a few weeks. The next single, By Everybody, did not even manage to enter the charts at all. The last release was a song titled When My Heart Does All the Talking, also failed to generate any success. As a result, MGM Records lost interest in the group, and with their popularity declining, the Impalas disbanded in 1961. After the group's split, Frazier continued performing and in 1980 revived the Impalas and performed as a touring act. In April 1st, 2014, Joe Frazier passed away at the age of 70. Here's the Impalas' number 2 hit, Sorry, I Ran All the Way Home.
Sorry, sorry, oh so sorry. Uh-oh. I ran all the way home. I say I'm sorry, sorry. What can I say? I ran all the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Capris, another New York doo-wop vocal group, was formed in 1957. Mike Mincielli initially recruited members for the group and included Nick Santamaris, Frank Riena, Vinny Nacarado, and John Cassi. The original name of the group was the Supremes. However, it was soon changed to the Capris. There are two accounts of how the new name was derived. One version claimed that since all the members were Italian, the name came from the island of Capri. However, Nick stated that the group was named after the 1957 Lincoln Capri automobile. In 1958, the group's experience and recognition increased as a result of performing in school dances, churches, and local venues. Eventually, they got the attention of record producers and were able to record their first single. They recorded two songs released on Planet Records, Indian Girl and There's a Moon Out Tonight. Unfortunately, the single sold poorly. However, late-night disc jockey Alan Fredericks kept playing the record, prompting Jerry Green, who worked at the Times Square record store, to acquire the master recording and release the single on Lost Night Records. After the record was played several times by radio station WINS disc jockey Murray the K in 1960, there was renewed interest in the record. The single was released on the Lost Night label, where it began to sell, eventually making it onto the national record charts. In early 1961, the single remained on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 for 14 weeks, eventually reaching the number 3 position. It also peaked at number 11 on the R&B and 14 in Canada's hit parade. In 1961, Billboard's Hot 100 ranked the song at number 50 and at number 51 on the Cashbox Top 100 chart hits. As a result, the Capris toured throughout the U.S., performing in major venues. Their subsequent releases, however, failed to duplicate the success of There's a Moon Out Tonight, and by 1963, original members left the group. Eventually, new members joined the group and continued to perform as the Capris. Over the next 3 decades, there were several changes in the group's lineup. In 1982, Nick Santo, who was a member from the early 60s, rejoined the group and recorded a new album titled There's a Moon Out Tonight Again for Ambient Sound Records. The Capris continued to perform with Santo, Mike Mincielli, Frank Riena, and other vocalists up until 2002. As of 2015, the Capris, with original member Frank Riena, were still performing. Here is a Capris number 3 hit, There's a Moon Out Tonight.
There's a moon out tonight. Let's go strolling. There's a girl in my heart whose heart I've stolen. There's a moon out tonight. Let's go strolling through the park. There's a glow in my heart I never felt before. There's a girl at my side that I adore. There's a glow in my heart I never felt before. Oh, darling, where have you been? I've been longing for you all my life. Whoa, whoa, baby, I never felt this way before. I guess it's because there's a moon out tonight. Oh, there's a glow in my heart
This has been another episode on the Doo Wop Series featuring two vocal groups from the 50s and 60s, the Impalas and The Capris, on Rock and Roll Flashback. Until next time, I'm your host, Bill Price.
So what?